Hi, how are you? This is Jilly Bling, and I have a project using Cheerful Daisy bundle. Actually, it's a product suite, and we'll be using a few of the items today. The stamp set, the die set, and you know there's little gems that go with this, and we'll be using those on one of the upcoming projects. So this is a gotta have it project where if you purchase the bundle through me using this host code, I would love to send you 5 free card kits for the upcoming 5 cards. So this is the first one. Isn't that cute? And look on the inside. It's like, okay, that's sweet, but there's texture on here. So let me see if I hold it close. This is pearlized enamel effects on the little flower centers, and then also I have a little, like a 3 ... in white on white. I don't know if you could see that, but when I put it on, I'll make sure that you can see it. And a little brush breast butterfly and sending. So we're going to be using 2 different stamp sets. Of course, Cheerful Daisies to make the daisies and the stem, and sending smiles for the different words that go with sending, and then mostly for the dies. And I will show you those in just a minute. Cheerful Daisy die set and also sending die set. Okay, so at first, when you get this bundle, the Cheerful Daisy bundle, it's wonderful, you've seen great ideas, but then you're like, oh my gosh, there's all these dies, what do they do? So I had to punch them out. Just because, you know what, just a minute, let me get a solid color paper. Just because it's like, what are all these dies and what do they do? So there's this one, and it cuts out all of this, and it cuts out the 3 flowers and leaves. These are 2 flower centers. This die right here cuts out this stamp plus the background for this die. This one is the center detail, and you know, once I start punching these out and we work with it, and on the upcoming videos, pretty soon you'll go, I know what all these pieces are for. But each of these flowers, so let's put it this way, here's the one big die right here. Okay, so this big one, all together. That one, when you go to make a flower, it has 3 pieces. So there's bottom, middle, top. Okay, then this one, which is this one right here, it has the bottom, middle, top. And that's what this one is right here. That one, and then this one. And then finally, this little daisy, that's like this little piggy, has 3 pieces, bottom, middle, somewhere it's here, top. And then there's a few little add-ons. This one cuts out these little flowers. This one, I can't wait to use that one. It's just kind of like a fern, like for background. So I think that, oh, and then of course the words. And then this leaf cuts out that right there. You know, hold on. Ah. Here we go. This will better show it. So the big one, these are all connected together, and just by a little bit, so it's very easy to separate them. See this piece under here? That is this leaf. These daisies are 3 layers deep. 1, 2, and 3. And that big one that's all stuck together is the middle layer. So as we work with this, it'll all become a little bit more clear. And then you'll know what all the pieces are for. Okay. But it's a beautiful, there's no doubt it's beautiful. The set is, it's like, that's a nice flower. And then it has the paper that goes with it. And this paper, this background paper, it's beautiful on the other side. And of course, the new catalog, May 2nd, Tuesday. We can have at it. So here are the papers. And if you're on Instagram or Facebook, Stampin' with Jilly Facebook, then you saw the post-it cover I made using this paper, and I'll do that probably at the end. I'm waiting for little magnets and post-its to come through. So this paper is just, it's beautiful. This is the next project. We're going to do something with this. I have a plan. But isn't it pretty? And this one on the front is green with I think that's early espresso and different colors of yellow. This is where this paper comes from. Okay, let's just get to it. Let's get to stamping this project. We might reference these things in a little bit. Not sure. Okay, so there's a project. And over here we have Pearlized Enamel Effects. And it comes in, and there's two different packs. There's one with more metallics, but this one is white, black, and red. And we'll be using these two in just a little bit. Brush breast butterflies, I love them. Sending is for right underneath this sending. And you like it's popped up? You notice that? So, Maria sent me a card, and she had multiple layers, I think, of paper, and then she had stamped on it first, a big background stamp, and then she did a big background die, multiple layers of it. It was breathtaking. And I'm like, I need to do that. So I started doing multiple die cuts, layering them together. It got the same effect. But did you know in the catalog there are foam adhesive, boy, I'm going off on tangents today, foam adhesive sheets that, I think it's under adhesive, I'll tell you what page it's on, that work perfect with this project. And I promise we'll get busy here in just a minute. I know where they are in the new catalog. It's under adhesives. I think that's too late. Accessory index, embellishment adhesives, all on page 127. And I'll give you the item number just in case you're interested. Not regular adhesive sheets, but it's foam. Foam adhesive strips. Okay, here it is. Item number 5 on page 127, foam adhesive sheets. Item number 152815, $8. In it, it's a sheet of dimensionals. No cuts in it, just dimensionals. So they showed here. 6 sheets. And they're not as big as I wish that they were. They're 4.5 by about 4.5. But they're great. They're perfect. So I cut this one right here to, I think, 4.5 by 1.5. Or is it 4? 4 by 1.5, which is what we'll use. So since we have that out, let's start with that. First, take off 1/2 of the adhesive sheet. So see, that's just like a big old dimensional. But you could run it through on your machine, which is very convenient. Okay, so now, where's that? And you know, at first I was doing white on white, but it got lost. I like it much better this way. Okay, so sending, get that on there, and I'm going to run it through my machine. Here it is. Look how that's thick. Isn't that fun? Okay, so this is for cutting out the flowers. So let me cut out the flowers. So this card, just 2 flowers, not the big one, but these right here. And what else is in here? So, like we were talking about before, there are 3 parts to each flower. So here's part 1. This is the detail. Can I keep them together? Yep. Part 1, part 2, and this is part 3. Okay, so I'm going to run this through my machine. I have that washi tape on there. Oop. Okay, so while we're at it, oh, I didn't cut the stems. I'll have to do that. And then the words, sending. Okay, so let me cut these. I forgot about the stems. You need 2 stems. Oops, hold on. Okay, so I think we have all the pieces ready. Sending, oh, let me run this through. Okay, let's just start building the card. Now that I have all these pieces, I don't know, I think we need to bring it together. Okay, so card base, which is thick white cardstock. And next is, these are inside pieces. But you know what? I think you could see it better when it's on something dark. So I'll leave that out for a minute. Then, these little pieces, we'll work on those in just a minute. And this is just a little bit of a smaller cut to 5 1/4 by 4. Just a piece of cardstock, just to add a little interest. Because if it's just flat, that's no fun. Okay, today is a many-dimensional day. So yesterday, beautiful day. Was out working in the yard, weeding, and oh, I feel it today. I guess I need to do it more. And it wasn't for that long, which is kind of embarrassing. Okay, so this is going to go here. But first, I need to stamp on it. But before I could stamp on it, I need this guy, I think right about in the middle. Okay, and then what should I put? Sending. This one I have a card to say hello. How about sending love and big hugs? That's cute. Smiles across smiles. All the good luck your way. Sunshine to brighten your day. That's nice. I think a note of thanks. And I kind of like the little bit smaller words just because I love how it fits right down under here. And I think if it was any bigger than that, bigger than this right here, it wouldn't fit as perfectly. So, a note of things. Brand new set. I need to do something with this set. And if ever you're putting your polymer stamp on a block, I don't know if you could tell, but that has a little bit of a curve to it, which is not good. So if you can, just let it naturally fall onto your paper and then pick it up. That way you know it's straight, it's in its natural form. Polymer is great because you could curve it to match your words, but today I want it straight. Okay, so this is going to go in black right down here. Memento. And I'm going to test it first. That's good. Okay, can I stamp it straight? How about right there, right in the middle? And you know, I've done this every time, where I stamp it and I have this sitting here for reference where I want to put the stamp. But then as I set it down, I'm like, oh my gosh, is the polymer going to touch the paper I'm stamping it on because of the thickness of the adhesive, foam adhesive sheets? And it does, but every time it's like, little panic. Okay, we're good there. We'll stamp something on the inside in just a minute. Okay, let's get back to building this card. So this is just going to go on with stamp and seal, or whatever you like. I was about to use glue, but I've been using glue a lot lately. So this goes right in the middle, right about there. And let's build sending and the daisies. Oh, okay, this is all going to work out. Just note to self, don't lose the eye. You could always run it through, get another eye, but I see it sitting right over there. Whew. So to attach this, I did try using the adhesive sheets, which is like the foam sheet, just a thin layer of adhesive. But the adhesive isn't as strong as I wish. If it was on something a little bit bigger, that would be fine. But for something as delicate as this, I find it easier just to use the liquid glue because it was kind of lifting up in a few spots. And I don't blame the adhesive sheets. It's like, there's not much there. A little dot for the dot. And to pick that up, a little bit of glue, and I have it right over here. I hope that's it. I hope that's just not little bits. Okay, and once the glue dries, it will get all tidied up. Because right now with the glue on there, you could see it's kind of a mess. So yeah, I know all this is just kind of flapping, but I'm going to let this part dry, and then I'll attach the rest. Trying to do it all at one time, I get all messy. Don't like that. Okay, let's build the flowers. So the flowers are 3 layers, and I'm going to use crushed curry ink on the middle layer. So to do that, crushed curry, and I'm using this dot, which is this one right here. Probably could use that one too, but using this one earlier worked out well. So on the middle layer, which is the connected layer, because over here we have the bold, see how there's not that much detail on these? That's the bottom layer, and the super detailed is the top layer. So on this layer, I didn't punch out these little bits. Okay. So on, I know it's hard to see white on white. See now, if you lose your eye dot, you could take any of these. Yeah, I planned that. So on this, I'm just applying a little bit of color. It takes a few passes, but when you look at this one, see how it drops down below those 3 dots at the bottom of the flower? So I'm going to get color. And in some spots it might be a little bit too heavy, but that's okay. And then on this one, just in the middle, and I have tips on assembling these, so we'll do that next. Okay, that's all the color that there is for the flowers on the outside. So I'm going to cut these apart. This is part of that one big die. Just kind of rounding the leaf. I'm cutting off these little tags. That was from the big flower was there. See, you'd never know. Then, the same on this one. Kind of rounding them out. Okay, so let's build the flower. And at first you're like, dimensionals or glue, or what are we using? We're going to use glue dots. And there's a reason for that. Dimensional, I think, would be a little bit too tall. Liquid glue would probably be not tall at all. But a rolled up glue dot is perfect. So I'll start with this one right here. I'm going to use 4 glue dots for that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you've been in class, you've heard of me saying, oh, get a glue dot, roll it up like a burrito. So, do you know how I just did that Cinco de Mayo, that card, 3 different times? I'm in the taco nacho mood, but this is my tortilla. That's a glue dot right there, and it's round. So I'm going to start on one side and just kind of roll it up, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Hopefully smaller than in half. So that one, I think I rolled it like 3 times. Then, wherever there's an area that you could put the glue dot, just attach it. So that's 1. Okay, that one was rolled over just 3 times. And it doesn't matter where you attach it on here, just anywhere is fine. 2. Oop, that one, I don't think it got rolled over at all. You just want the glue dot small. 1, 2, 3. I'm so happy about the new catalog. It's almost here. I have stuff to order. So as a demonstrator, we get to order a month in advance, or approximately a month in advance, but they give us a list, and we have to stick to the list. So you would think, oh my gosh, let's just go crazy and order everything. I think on the mini catalogs, we can order like just 1, or if it's consumable, 2 of items. But with the annual catalog, you've probably noticed, like people say, oh, a sneak peek of this and that. And that was items on the pre-order. But come Tuesday. Okay, so this is going to go right on top of here. When you go to place it on top, I kept on trying to figure out how and what, how to attach it, like where does it exactly go? But I have a hint. See? Let me see where you can see it best. This right here, how it's kind of like bunny ears and they're connected. Look for that. And then also these right here, how there's more paper. So then when you go to attach it, just get those lined up. And it doesn't fit exactly perfect, but it's just a detail. Look at that. So pretty. And yes, it does partially cover up some of the dots, which is another reason why the glue dot, rolling up the glue dot is a good method, because it adds a little bit of thickness. See how it's raised up just a little bit? Okay, so then the same thing for this. So this one, I'll probably just do 3 dots, 3 glue dots. 1, 2, 3. For the longest time, Stampin' Up! Their dimensionals or their glue dots, the glue dot would stick to the roll. And now the ones as of the past year, the dot is sticking to the paper. And I don't know, it's no big deal, but I don't know why, but every time it's like I'm confused. Where's the glue dot? Oh, there it is, that's right. You know how you get used to something? And that's just how it should be. One. I hear talking and walking outside. But I hear a tractor too, so it's like, is Tony out working on the garden like he was a few minutes ago? I always go out there just to check on him. Hey, what you doing? How you doing? And then I tell him I'll be doing a video so he doesn't come walking in. Hey! You know how he talks really loud. So he's filling up the planter boxes with, and he made a few new ones, with dirt. Okay, there's the flowers. So I will do the same method for attaching these detailed parts to the bold part. And I would say this, you don't have to worry about rolling it up so much, but if you roll it up, that's how you get the height. I think I'm sticking to everything. Got some good glue dots. So the next project in this Gotta Have It is, it's really pretty. I can't wait to get started on it. Oop, come on. Maybe I should just put foam adhesive sheets on these. You know, hindsight is great thinking. Look at that. That is just cute as can be. See now these designers, who would think of making a 3-layer daisy? Well, you know what? I know when I'm stamping, sometimes I take a flower and cut one a little bit smaller than it originally came and kind of stagger the leaves. So I guess we've been doing that, but this is beautifully designed. And I can't wait to use that little fern thing. So when I do a Gotta Have It box, I try to make each of the cards very different. But it's like everything is just the daisy. How can I make it all different? But you know what? They are going to be different, but they're just, each of them are very, very nice. The paper is fun. Okay, daisies. Whew. Let's attach those to the card. So, oh, we could finish sticking this together because it's still kind of flopping up. So now that it's partially stuck down, it's like now I have a handle. I don't have to get dirty. Come on, glue. There it goes. Good thing glue dries clear. Definitely trying to get the high points of the letters and the low points, because I think those would be first to kind of get crumpled up or get pulled back. Okay. So, just going to concentrate on the end of the G, getting that in place. Okay, that's in place. It's kind of bowing. You see that? But that's okay. I got the G in place, it's all good. Okay, very cute. And if you're thinking, oh, just stick it down, I had to get the little branches under there. Getting the branches under there, maybe I could do it smoother this time. But if this goes right about there, the branches, or I guess these are stems. This one could go here. This one can be leaning over a little bit. Then this one, well, where do I want the flower? And you have to trim this green. Maybe it could all go in a little bit. Okay, this one can be here. So this gets a trim right about here. Okay, so to be smart about this, because I want this cut piece, oops, this cut stem to go underneath there. Okay. And at this point, I'm just going to put one on, one dimensional on, so that I could tuck the stem underneath it. Okay. See, that isn't so bad, especially if you realize all these little pieces and what has to go first. This one tucks underneath here. Okay. So now, this one could go on here. Oh, I don't need to glue it. It's a foam adhesive sheet. Oot, oot. A little bit of fun. Look at that. Nice, nice, nice. See, now I'm really thinking that underneath each of these layers of the daisy pieces, the 3 different layers, maybe that could have foam adhesive sheets. Everything can have foam adhesive sheets. Yeah. Okay. That is so cute. Okay, so the flowers were attached lightly, so they get attached really now. Maybe little ones. At least 3. Okay, and a brushed brass butterfly. Right there. Okay, so the front is done. Isn't that cute? So for the inside, The inside is pretty easy, but those enamel effects, that's a lot of fun. Okay, so we're going to be using crushed curry stamped off. Oh, and what words? Sending a note of thanks. Sending a card to say hello. Your friendship means everything. That's nice. Sending a note of thanks. So this has to do something with thanks. You made my day. How about you made my day? I don't know why I get a cough. I think it's when I'm talking, I get a cough. Okay, let's see how this stamps in Memento. Good. So do that right in the middle. Good. And now for the flowers. Here's the flowers. So these I just put them along the bottom. Gosh, I wish you could feel that texture. Here, maybe. Can you see those 3 little dots? For instance, right here. I'm looking up at the camera and I don't see that you can see them. But it's really cool. We're gonna do it. So crushed curry stamped off. Maybe this time it can trickle down the side. So stamp off. Oop, I lost some of my little flower there. Okay, I'm getting carried away. So now all that's left is the enamel effects. Black and pearl. So, oh, I know. I know how you can see them. So when you do the 3 little dots around the flowers, which I'll do in just a minute, what's really great about these tips is they're tiny. So give it just a little squeeze. Oh, if I could get away with a dot that tiny, you're like, I can't even see it. So I'll do another one next to it, a little bit bigger. 1, 2, 3. I know. It's the little things that matter. 1, 2, 3. And I guess I could do them a little bit bigger than that. That's a little bit bigger. But they're kind of raised too. So that's the, I guess I should cover that. Don't want it to get clogged up. Don't want to mess up that little tip. So these are going to be for the flower centers. And the black. It comes out looking kind of charcoal. A little bit bigger. Ooh. So that's the black one. Can you see how it's kind of raised up? Okay, so this is going to be my inside paper that has these little dots on it. And it takes a bit for them to dry. You ready? It's gone. Okay, so inside paper goes inside, upside down, so all those little dots are hiding. I just love this card. I think I like white on white with a little bit of neutral, so that when there is a hint of color, it just shines. Like these flower centers. Yeah. Okay, so let's work on the inside. So, flower centers first. Good, that one has a poke on it, like if you were whipping cream and they said, do the whipping cream until stiff peaks. I wonder if they're going to stay like that, which is fine if they do, but isn't that fun? Oop, that was small. I got carried away with my flowers, huh? A lot of flowers there. Oop, that one's big. Okay, so now the little 3 dots. Those are going to be like baby's breath. Well, I don't know how I'm going to get into some of these corners. Carefully, huh? 1, 2, 3. Oh, now it's working good. I kind of wish I had like silver. That would be pretty here. Okay, I'm getting excessive with these. I don't need that many dots. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna hold it up hoping you could see it. But I can't stick it down for a while. Okay, you can see the black ones. Can you see the little white ones? Okay, so let's pretend like that's stuck down in here. That's it. This card is done. So thank you for watching. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Have a great day.